warriors, welcome to another video on my channel. Thank you so very much for joining me here today. If you haven't subscribed yet to this channel, please go ahead and do that now. As well, if you want to learn more about the Health Anxiety Program, 12 Weeks to Freedom begins today. And my friends, with anxiety, it can feel like we have to reinvent ourselves, right? And this task of reinventing ourselves can be quite daunting, right? It can be a little bit scary and intimidating. Like, Dennis, do I really have to start all over again, right? Do I have to relearn all these things all over again? I mean, this is going to take forever, right? This whole journey will never ever end. Hold on. Okay, let's take a step back for a moment. Okay, let's understand a few things here. Healing is already within you. Okay, healing is already within you, and specifically healing anxiety. Why is it already within you? Because there are certain times of the day and certain things that you do that tend to spur on a different you. Okay, and then there are certain times of the day and certain things that you do that spur on anxiety. Many times when we think about our anxiety, we tend to think that it's there every minute of every day, when in fact that's not really true, right? If you were to look at your entire day from the outside, you would notice that there are times where you're calmer, times where you're mentally clear. There are times where you are in fact carefree and not worrying so much, okay? So let's understand that what we have to do is get to the point where we really dive deep into, hey, when I'm at work, okay, I have a certain degree of peace. I'm communicating with people and I feel pretty good. I don't have much anxiety there. Okay. When I'm at a cafe and I'm sitting there, for example, and I'm having my tea or drink, whatever it is, and I'm communicating with people around me and I'm enjoying my time, I don't have much anxiety then. But when I'm at home or when I wake up in the morning, sometimes I get really rigid and I've got a lot of anxiety in the mornings. Well, here's my answer to that. What we have to do is we have to transition from these aspects, transition you into these aspects. Okay? In your relationships, how are you in your relationships? Is there a certain person that you communicate with where you feel safe and where you're not very anxious? Think about it right now, okay? And what I want you to do is I want you to go, okay, well, if I move that person from that conversation and that dialogue into my morning, for example, when I have anxiety, what would that look like? What would that feel like? What would that sound like? What would that smell like, right? So what I'm trying to say here is that you already have healing anxiety skill sets within you. The fear of change is more challenging than healing an anxiety identity. You need to understand that, okay? And many times when we start to feel better and come in contact with great insight, we tend to go, well, what's going to happen when the unknown does show up? And that's what's preventing us from moving forward many times, okay? So I have this exercise that I want you to do either now or later, and I want you to do it repeatedly, okay? Do it repeatedly to the point where you start to go, whoa, you know, during this time of day where I normally have anxiety, I really don't, okay? All you have to do is close your eyes. You can do that now if you want. And as you close your eyes, I want you to notice that on the left side, there's a different picture, and on the right side, there's a different picture, okay? Two different pictures. On the left, there's a picture of you in a certain environment or maybe with somebody when you're not feeling anxious, Okay, and then on the right side, on the right picture, you're going to notice that there's a certain time of the day or you're in a certain environment where you are anxious. Okay, now what I want you to do with your eyes closed is when I make this whooshing sound, I want you to transition the person from the left into the person on the right. And I want you to notice what it looks like on the right when it does transition. Ready? You have transitioned the person on the left into the person on the right. What's happening on that picture on the right now? How does this person see the world? How does he or she speak? How does he or she think? Is this person more confident? Is this person worryful or not? Take note. Now, move that person back to the left. Now on the left, you've got this empowered, worry-free person, and on the right, you've got the anxious person again. Now look at the right picture again and notice how different it is. Notice how different it is. What's the difference? Open your eyes. And after this exercise, you want to write down some of your clarity, your epiphanies, going, my God, look at the difference between those two people. So you can do that exercise anytime, and the more you do it, the more valuable it's going to be, the more potent it's going to be towards your anxiety healing journey, number one. And number two, I need you to understand, okay, that anxiety isn't always, and you already have the skill sets within you to overcome your anxiety at these certain times of the day. If we move the person from the left into the person on the right, what's going to happen then? Take note of how this person thinks in the morning, for example, when you normally have anxiety or panic or whatever it is. How does this person wake up? What sort of habits does this person have? I need you to understand this, okay? This is very, very powerful. You don't have to reinvent yourself, okay? All you have to do is move your persona, move those characteristics, move your thought patterns from the left to the right, from one aspect of your life into another aspect of your life. I'll give you another example. For example, let's say with your spouse, you're very, very comfortable. You can say whatever you want. You can hang out with that person. They understand you. They support you. Okay, well, what if we moved that person with all those ideas, right, with that kind of physiology and the way that person uses their body and the comforts and all that sort of thing? What if we moved that person into, let's say, a new experience with plenty of people going to a party, for example, okay? What would that look like? I need you to spend time on this, okay? Because the more time you spend on this, the more powerful and potent it's gonna be. Again, you don't have to reinvent yourself. You just have to pick the aspect of your life where you're not anxious. You want to pick that characteristic and those personas, and you want to bring it into aspects of your life where you do feel more anxious. And if you do that regularly, you're going to go, whoa, like this journey, I can actually do this, right? It's not an uphill climb as much as it is a journey of more clarity and deeper epiphanies, okay? So understand this video, my friend, and I hope that it gave you some deep insight and some empowerment. And if it did, comment below. And remember that you are more than anxiety. Don't ever forget it. I love you so very much. Comment below. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.